Hey Seminole family, thank you for joining me for another video devotion. Today I want to talk about finding joy in hard relationships. If we're going to be in relationships, we are going to be hurt. There will be misunderstandings, there will be conflict, there will be apathy, there will be inconsiderate remarks, even with the people we love deeply. How we handle that hurt will make the difference of whether we have joy or whether we have resentment in our life or our marriage or really any relationship. The problem is that it's human nature to hold on to our hurts. Rather than just taking a hurt and immediately dropping it, we tend to hold on to it. We revel in it. We rehearse it in our minds over and over again. If somebody comes up and they slander us, they only said it one time, but we rehearse it 100 times in our mind. Holding on to hurts always ends up in hurting us more. So Colossians 3:13, the Apostle Paul writes and he says, make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. There's really no value in rehearsing pain over and over and over. For your own sake, I encourage you to stop rehearsing your pain over and over and instead choose to release it. It's real pain. It did happen. But holding on to your pain and rehearsing it over and over will only make you bitter and sick from the inside out. Romans 5, verse 3 and 4 says, we can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials, for we know that they help us develop endurance. And endurance develops strength of character. And character strengthens our confident hope of salvation. One of the ways that makes it easier to handle a hurt in a relationship, it's always easier to handle a hurt when we know that God can use it for good in our life. That's what this verse is saying. Even problems that we bring on ourselves are problems where we're the innocent victim and other people bring them on us. God can use it for a positive purpose. How? Well, it says right there, he can build character. If we choose to respond the right way, he builds our character. It makes it easier to handle the hurt. Even what the enemy intends for evil, God can use for good. We can have joy in our life here and now. There's another myth out there that goes like this. When I get all my problems solved in this relationship, then I'll be happy. It's what I always call when and then thinking. When I graduate from high school and move out, then I'll be happy. When I get married, then I'll be happy. When I'm finally divorced and single again, then I'll be happy. When we get our own house, then we'll be happy. When we have kids, then we'll be happy. When the kids get into school, then we'll be happy. When the kids go off to college and they move out, then we'll be happy. When we retire, that's when we're going to be happy. When and then thinking. When I get all my problems solved in this relationship, then I'll be happy. No, you won't. Life is a series of solving problems. As soon as we get one problem solved, we're going to have another one or more. Even bigger problems. Life is a series of problem solving because life is a test for eternity and the chance to build character. If the only time we learn to have joy in our relationship is when we've got all our problems solved, guess what? We're never going to have joy in our relationships. We must learn to have joy even in the middle of problems, while we're still working on those problems. What is joy? What is joy? It's the confidence of knowing and trusting God, regardless of the circumstances of my life. We don't wait for all our problems to be solved, but we look at the good. We focus on the good. We focus on what we've got, not what we don't have. Be joyful even in the tough times. Well, that's where we're at right now, the tough times. Because that's where joy is learned, in the tough times. In the tough times that we live in right now, or we're going to go through in the future, those are an incredible opportunity for some of us to learn joy. I want you to think about that this week. I'm going to choose joy, and I encourage you to choose joy also. Listen, I'm going to be praying for you as your pastor. I love you. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.